To every man just trying to show up, even when you don't feel equipped, just know your consistency builds legacy. Even the little things matter more than you know.
Give me a run for my money. There is nobody, no one that run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely. Living lovely. She's lovely.
Happy Monday, y'all. This is Moments Behind the Moments, episode 3. And this one is about the fathers. As y'all know, yesterday was Father's Day, and I just want to take a quick couple minutes just to give a shout out to all the dads out there that are present and being a part of their kids' lives and trying to be a part of their kids' lives. And I want to give a special shout out to my dad as well. Man, I think when I look back at my childhood, one thing I can say about my dad, he was not a man of many words, but I would say that every memory that I can think of, he was there. I don't think there was one time where I needed my dad and he wasn't there. Every basketball practice, every football game, every basketball tournament, whether it's in the state of Texas, out of the state of Texas, everything that I can think of, my dad was there, which is huge, right? 'Cause there's a ton of people that grow up in a single parent household. So I was definitely blessed growing up in a 2-parent household where my dad was present and he was there and he helped me become the man that I am today. I think something that really sticks out to me, he didn't have a dad growing up as far as like somebody that was present for him. I don't know I really truly comprehended that growing up. My dad was tough on me. He's a military guy, right? Like retired master sergeant. So I grew up in a heavy disciplined household, but I appreciate that now. One, knowing that he didn't even have a father figure to look at as far as an example. Like he had to basically start from scratch and be the original father figure. And I feel like he was even that in his own household. His 2 younger brothers and his sister, my aunt, my uncles, setting an example and paving the way for the generations to come. I remember I used to come home from school and I just have like new shoes laid out on my bed or like new clothes. It's like, you know, that he put in time and effort to just lay that out for me. And then 2, because I have kids of my own now as well. And I think when you go from not being a father to becoming a father and then becoming a father of multiple kids, I think you have a huge appreciation of what being a father looks like. What's up, girls? What you got your bonnet on? You want to say hey, Dad Pop?
Hi, Dad Pop.
Say hi, Dad Pop.
Hi.
So, as always, I want to leave y'all with 3 keys that I think are important for dads, father figures, whatever the case may be. And I learned these specifically from my dad paving the way for myself to become the father that I am today. So I hope y'all get some value out of this. So lesson 1, being present matters more than being perfect. Like I said before, there was no time that I can look back on where my dad wasn't there. Kind of like what I was saying in the episodes before where I went to BMU, Black Men United at Texas State, and you see so many different ways that people came up and experienced life, a ton of them without a father figure in place, and you see the impact that had on them. You're not going to be perfect. So there's anybody expecting you to be perfect and come to the table being perfect is just setting unrealistic expectations. But I think you being present, spending time with your kids, your family, trying to do your best to provide and just be a strong fatherly figure, that's what gets remembered when your children get older. They appreciate the time that they spent with you and the memories that they created with you. And I think my dad did a phenomenal job at doing that. Number 2, you're not defined by your past, you're defined by your choices in spite of that. Again, like I said, my dad did not have a father figure growing up. I think everything that he's done, from him being 18 years old and going into the military, providing for his own family, like his brothers and sisters, his mom, and the success that he's achieved over the course of his life, I think it's a phenomenal feat when you look back at it. And it's something that I'm proud of, to where I can say like, yo, that's my dad. And I've never told this to my dad to his face, which is another thing. I think men need to find a better way to communicate to each other. I wanted to communicate it in some way, shape, or form. I can truly say I'm blessed to have you as my father, and I hope I have the same impact on my children as you did for me and Jazz. So I definitely appreciate you. Oh gosh. Here, leave them right here. Y'all don't eat food on the couch, okay? No food on the couch, okay? I think the last and third lesson I want to leave with y'all is your example becomes your children's inner voice. So by that I mean what you do, how you love, how you lead, how you handle pressure. All these things become the voice that your children hear when they're out in the world. You're not just raising kids, you're shaping their confidence, their faith, and their standard for love. So lead with intention, even when it's hard, and it can get pretty hard, but be consistent because they're always watching consistently. And what's important about this is that in those situations when it gets tough for them, they're gonna lean back on what you told them and the example that you set, and they'll carry that through for the rest of their life. So those are the 3 lessons that I wanted to leave with y'all, and I want to kind of wrap it up with this message in general. To every father out there, especially the ones that didn't have an example to follow, I see you. You may not always get it right. You may feel unequipped, unprepared, even unappreciated, but your presence matters more than your perfection. It's not about what you have, it's about what you give. Your time, your presence, and your effort. You're writing a legacy, one day at a time, one moment at a time. And even when it doesn't feel like it, you're the blueprint. Keep showing up, keep loving strong, keep leading with your heart, because the impact of a good father echoes for generations. And lastly, I want to give a shout out to my brother Calvin Bridgewater. He has started a movement up in the Dallas area that's referred to as the Daddy Stroller Social Club. If you're not aware of what Calvin has going on, it is a huge movement for fathers to just be present in their kids' life. He's been all over the news and all types of things that he's doing, just meeting up with local fathers and taking the kids out on a stroll.
At the Daddy Stroller Social Club, it's the dads who are on duty. The assignment to uplift each other. Calvin Bridgewater is the man who started it all.
Everybody hear me? Yeah. I started around 3.5 years ago. Started based off of experiencing postpartum depression as a dad. Not having those resources, not having those communities. So I want to thank y'all again for coming out here.
After the birth of his first child, Calvin noticed he was experiencing dark feelings. 2
weeks after our daughter was born, my wife was meeting with our midwives and explaining to him what she was feeling, and they were telling her that I think this is postpartum depression. I'm sitting in the same room saying, I think I'm going through the same thing.
Tell me about what postpartum feels like.
What I was feeling was disconnect from my wife and my kids. Started at 4 dads, and now we're sitting at 75 dads.
The club is also expanding to 7 cities, including Atlanta, Memphis, Oakland, and Seattle.
I always tell the dads, come for the stride, stay for the brotherhood.
A brotherhood that's changing lives, one stroller at a time.
When you go back and look on these moments that he's putting in place, that other fathers that are participating in that are put in place, or whatever you're doing in general for your kids and being present, that's what is going to be remembered as time goes by. And that's what I remembered from my dad, is all the times that he was there, all the practices that he was at, all the games that he was at, all the tournaments that he was at. And I think that's what matters most outside of like being a provider and things of that nature. Finding different ways to be in your kids' lives and being the impact that they need, whether they know it or not. That's episode 3 of Moments Behind the Moments. This one goes out to you, Dad. Happy Father's Day. Happy birthday coming up in a couple of days, June 18th. Love you, and I appreciate everything you've done for me. I hope all the fathers that are out there find some type of value in this. God bless, and y'all have a good rest of your week.
For my money, there is nobody, no one that run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely, living lovely, just lovely.
If this week's episode resonated with you, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, but more than anything, just walk with me. I'll be back every single week with new stories, new life lessons, and new truths. Because our life is short, but our stories live forever. Y'all have a good week.
Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing. I got something. Hold up, we gon' function, no assumption.